Okay students, now we are going to start the heading LC oscillations or parallel LC circuit. Now the series circuits we have studied already 6 circuits, okay, in which we have studied 3 basic circuits containing R, L and C, and 3 combination circuits we studied LR, CR and LCR. Now this circuit is different. This is LC parallel circuit, or we can say that it is that circuit in which AC supply is not connected. Okay, here no AC supply is connected, but then also the alternating current is going to flow in the circuit. So that is only called oscillations. Okay, so explain LC oscillations can be its first question, and then we will prove the oscillating charge mathematically also, and we will discuss the energy also. Okay, so this topic, let us start now. First of all, we will understand with the help of these circuits. This is the single circuit only, but in the same circuit what cases will take place one by one, that we are going to understand. So the meaning of oscillatory circuit. Oscillatory circuit is that circuit in which without giving any supply, okay, that means we have not connected voltage supply, but then also the current flows, AC flows through the circuit, then this type of circuit is called the oscillatory circuit. Okay, and what is needed actually, that is some initial kick or initial condition is needed. So the condition is that we will take the capacitor charged. Okay, let us start. This is our LC circuit. This is L, that means inductor, and this is C, that means capacitor. Okay, now these are connected in parallel, we can say, because no AC supply is connected. So the two ends of capacitor are connected with the two ends of inductor. So if both the ends are common, we can call it parallel circuit. Now we have to understand here how the current flowing through it will be alternating current. That means direction of the current we have to understand. Let us start. First of all, suppose this capacitor is charged this way. This side, this plate is positively charged, this plate is negatively charged. Now because capacitor is fully charged, so the positive side of the capacitor, it will supply the current to the inductor. Okay, this current will start moving to the inductor. Now inductor is like a solenoid. Okay, so what will happen, as soon as the current will start entering into it, which was earlier 0, we will say that current is increasing through it. And whenever the increasing current will flow through the solenoid, that means increasing flux will be produced in the solenoid, because every solenoid produces the magnetic field parallel to its length. And since current is increasing, so magnetic flux will also be increasing. Then by the phenomena of induction, self-induction, if in the inductor an increasing magnetic flux is flowing, that means an induced EMF will be produced, which by Lenz law will oppose the cause. Okay, so induced EMF is generated across it. Induced EMF formula is L di by dt. So across the inductor, now induced EMF, induced voltage is generated. Now how to find its polarity? So opposing the cause. Okay, what will happen? Since increasing current has entered in the coil, that's why the induced EMF has produced. So this will try to decrease the current. That is possible by opposing the original current. So since the original current is flowing this way, so the current due to this voltage, that means polarity of this voltage will be such, it will supply the current in the opposite direction. Okay, so that means this end should be positive end, because current always flows from positive side. So now this is like a battery. So positive side the current flows, and this is the negative side. Okay, so I think you have understood the first step. I am repeating the first step. We have to take capacitor initially charged. From the positive side of the battery, we have to supply the current to the inductor. Now this inductor in which initially the current was 0, now the current starts flowing, that means current increases. This increasing current increases the flux through it, and due to the increasing flux through it, an induced EMF is produced, that is L di by dt formula. How to find the polarity of induced EMF? That is by Lenz law. Lenz law opposes the cause. Since the current was increasing, so the current due to this voltage which is generated across inductor, it should oppose the original current. So original current is flowing this way, that's why it should send the current in the opposite direction. That means this end should be positive end. Okay, but now what will happen in the next step, we'll see. Capacitor is not a battery. It cannot supply the current for a longer time, for infinite time. Okay, it will only supply the current momentarily, okay, till the time it is having charge. But what will happen, since the capacitor is supplying the current, its charge will decrease. So maybe that instead of these 3 charges, now only 1 charge has left. Okay, this way we can say, or it is completely discharged. Okay, so that means what is happening, now the capacitor will not be able to supply the large current through the inductor which it supplied here. So that means now through this inductor the current is coming, but that current is decreasing current. Okay, so because the capacitor is getting discharged now gradually, so it will send a decreasing current to the inductor. So inductor will again develop induced EMF across it, but the polarity of this induced EMF is opposite. Why? Here the cause was increasing current. Okay, but here the cause is that due to decreasing current or decreasing flux, induced EMF has been developed. So if due to increasing current positive polarity was here, so due to decreasing current the polarity will get changed. So now this end is positive of the inductor and this end is negative. Okay, so this end is positive, this end is negative. By this time the capacitor gets fully discharged. Okay, so capacitor has no charges, only inductor has the charge. So this inductor has because developed the polarity now, and the voltage value is L di by dt. So now, like earlier the capacitor was the supplier of the current. Now since the inductor has developed the voltage difference, that's why now it will supply the current to the capacitor. So from the positive side of its end, current will be supplied to the capacitor. Now capacitor is getting the supply of the current, so capacitor will start charging. So now this end will become positive, this end will become negative. Now this current will be supplied to the capacitor till the time inductor has voltage difference. But inductor is also not like a battery. Soon it will lose its voltage difference because it is supplying the current. Current always flows if 2 points are at different potential. High potential to low potential the current flows. And the purpose of current flow is that it flows till the time the voltage doesn't become same. So finally these two voltages will become same. So current supply will stop. But by that time capacitor will get fully charged. Okay, capacitor will get fully charged. Now inductor is completely discharged. Okay, so this we can show here in this diagram that capacitor is fully charged. Okay, here capacitor we are showing fully charged and this is completely discharged. L is completely discharged. Now what will happen? Okay, now see in this fifth diagram what will happen next. Now again what has happened, the capacitor has become now charged. Okay, so capacitor will again supply the current and same process will take place like it started here. But here positive end was left end and now right side of the capacitor is positive end. So the whole process will just reverse. So for these diagrams, the current is flowing in this direction. for these diagrams. Okay, current is flowing in this direction, and as soon as this diagram will start, that means we'll reach to this step, now the current will start moving in the opposite direction, and that whole process will be repeated. So since the current is increasing initially, through it induced EMF will be developed, then current is decreasing, induced EMF is developed, capacitor will get discharged, inductor will get charged. This way the process will continue. Initially C is fully charged, it will supply current to inductor. Then L is charged, it will supply current to the capacitor. So this way the process will go on. So for first 4 diagrams, the current is in this direction. For the next 4 diagrams, the current will be in this direction. This way the process will continuously take place infinitely. So you can see that because the current is changing its direction, that's why we say that this current is alternating current. So you can notice without giving any AC supply, alternating voltage supply, AC is flowing in the circuit. So these are called LC oscillations. Okay, now note down, draw these diagrams, and this page you note down. In the next page I am writing the working related to all the 4 diagrams, 4-5 diagrams. Let's briefly revise first what has happened. Capacitor fully charged, it gave increasing current to inductor, it developed induced EMF, positive end this side. Then by the time capacitor will discharge, now decreasing current will flow through inductor, induced EMF developed, but positive end this side, because now the cause is decreasing current. Now capacitor is completely discharged, inductor is fully charged, inductor will become supplier now, it will supply current to capacitor, capacitor will start charging, it will get fully charged by the time L discharged. Then the same capacitor will supply the current in the circuit but in the opposite direction. So this way, for a certain period of time, the current flows in one direction, and for the next period of time, the current flows in opposite direction. And this current can infinitely flow in the circuit, because once C is becoming supplier of current and then L is becoming supplier of current. So without any AC voltage connected, the AC current is flowing in the circuit. Okay, let us understand the working steps. Okay, now see the working steps. We will just repeat all that steps. Diagrams are already drawn. Okay, so initially C is fully charged. It supplies increasing current to L. And due to increasing flux in L, L develops induced EMF L di by dt across it, and polarity of EMF is according to Lenz law. The diagrams with each step. So this has happened. C fully charged, it supplies increasing current to L. So due to increasing flux, L develops induced EMF L di by dt, and polarity is positive side this side. Okay, positive end of L di by dt is this side. Now by the time C gets discharged, now you can see the charge is reducing. It sends decreasing current to L. So due to decreasing flux, again EMF is generated, but polarity is opposite to first case because the cause is opposite. So now positive side is this one. This capacitor is almost discharged. Okay, this side positive polarity developed. Now third step, C fully discharged. You can see C is fully discharged. L is charged. L supplies current to C. So now L will supply current to C. Okay, C gets again charged but in the opposite manner. So earlier this end was positive. Now due to the supply, this side end will become positive end. So we will show it in the next diagram. Now again C supplies current to L because now C is charged. It will supply current to L but from the opposite side, and same process is repeated infinitely. Okay, thus you must have noticed without connecting alternating voltage, alternating current flows through it, because current in for a certain period of time current was flowing in this direction, but after that the current is flowing in this direction. So the current direction has reversed. Okay, so these steps you have to write down when explain LC oscillation question is asked with the diagrams. Okay, now one very important question is asked along with LC circuit. So either the explain LC oscillation question can be asked, or the second question can be prove that the charge Q is oscillating charge in LC circuit. Okay, now how we are going to prove it? Let us start. First of all, in this diagram of LC circuit, we will show the induced EMF magnitude is minus L di by dt at any time. Minus sign will take, minus sign is due to the Lenz law, that it opposes the cause. And what is the voltage at any time across capacitor? So it is Q by C voltage. So at any time we are taking the voltage Q by C across capacitor, and across L the voltage is minus L di by dt. Now because the summation of the total voltage should be 0 because no supply is connected. So we will write this first equation, minus L di by dt plus Q by C is equal to 0. Okay, because this voltage and this voltage they are added. Now they should be equal to 0 because there is no supply connected in this circuit. Now we will be replacing I. So we will take this current. Here I is the current is flowing due to decreasing charge in the capacitor. What is happening? In case when C is fully charged, it supplies increasing current. Okay, and after that C gets discharged, so it supplies the decreasing current. And final L di by dt we take that only which was generated due to the decreasing current. That's why we have to here take I equal to minus dq by dt. Okay, so let us put it here in this equation. So d by dt is outside, I value is minus dq by dt plus q by c equal to 0. Now here d by dt is appearing 2 times and minus minus plus. So L d square q by dt square plus q by c will come. After that this L should be taken here because d square q by dt square we want alone. This is a second order equation, differential equation. So we are dividing the whole equation by L. So here L cancelled, here upon L, and here 0 by L is also 0. So we are dividing the whole equation by L. Now this equation which we have obtained, this we will compare with the standard second order differential equation and will take the direct solution which we will apply for this equation. Okay, we have a standard second order differentiation equation in maths, that is d square y by dx square plus k square x equal to 0. Okay, k square y, sorry. Okay, d square y by dx square plus k square y equal to 0. Its solution is already done and we will just pick the solution directly. We don't have to solve it in detail. So if this type of second order equation is there in maths, its solution is that y depends on x by this manner. A cos kx plus b sin kx. What is k? K is this term which comes along with y. Now let us compare it with this side, our equation which we obtained for LC circuit. Let's see. D square y. So we have d square q. So that means in place of y we have q. So our solution will be for q. Okay. So in place of y I have written q. Then in place of x we have time. And with q here, that means with y here, k square comes. So here we are having 1 by LC. So what we need to do, 1 by LC term we have already solved and written it equal to omega square. Okay, that means with what frequency the current flows. Suppose if any AC supply is connected of omega frequency, that only decides the frequency of current flow. So here also, since current is flowing, So let us take the help of same formula. Omega square we will call 1 by LC. So here omega square will come. Okay. If I write it here by replacing d square q by dt square plus omega square q is equal to 0. This will become our equation. Now solution. Solution of this equation is q equal to a cos, in place of k we will put omega, in place of x we will put time. Okay, so this is the solution obtained for our charge. Okay, q is obtained, charge flowing in this circuit at any time is obtained, a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. But this is still incomplete because we need to still solve a and b constants. In this equation, a and b are some constants which are obtained with the help of any given conditions. So here also in this circuit we have some initial conditions. Like what are the conditions? When this circuit started, then capacitor was fully charged. Okay, so initial charge on the capacitor we will take Q0, which is a constant. So initial charge is Q0, it is a constant, okay, on the capacitor. Now we will be needing two conditions given. This is first condition. Second condition also we will be needing because we have to solve two unknowns, A and B. So second condition we will make for current. Using this current formula, we will make current condition. See, initially the charge was constant, but initially what about the current? Now current is obtained by dq by dt, but initially since the charge is constant, so if I put constant charge here, constant's differentiation is 0. That's why the current initially comes 0. Okay, now we are proceeding to solution of A and B. So note down this solution first. See, this part I have not removed. Let us see how do we apply the conditions and we get the A and B answers. First of all, let us list down the two conditions. Initially means t equal to 0. The charge in the circuit is Q0. Okay. Then second condition, at t equal to 0 means initially current is 0. We have solved in the previous sheet why current is 0. Because I equal to dq by dt, if we put Q0, constant's differentiation comes 0. This way we will write the second condition. Now let us apply. Our Q equation is this. In this equation we have to put first condition and then second condition. Let us put first condition in Q. So our equation is this, Q equal to a cos omega t plus b sin omega t. In place of Q, put Q0. In place of t, put time 0. So a cos 0 plus b sin 0. This has obtained. Sin 0 is 0. So this has cancelled. This has gone. Cos 0 is 1. So only a left. So a answer has come equal to Q0. Q0 is given. So Q0 is known term. So a का answer आ गया Q0. Let us put it in box. This is our first answer. First constant. Now let us apply the second condition here. But this equation is for charge. But we have the equation condition related to current. So let us first make current from it. Can we make from charge? Can we make current? Yes. By differentiating the charge, we can make current. Let's see what current equation is prepared. I equal to minus dq by dt. This we already know. Minus d by dt. Put q value from here. A cos omega t plus b sin omega t. This is substituted. Now let us do differentiation. Okay. A is constant. Cos का differentiation होता है minus का sign. So minus minus plus. So sin theta, and because omega is also there, so whatever constant comes, that is multiplied when we do differentiation. So omega will also be multiplied. So a omega sin omega t. Okay. Now this minus sign is here also taken. b का b, sin का differentiation होता है cos theta plus का, इसलिए sin का cos theta होगा, and omega is extra, so this also we have to put. तो ये बन गई हमारी करंट इक्वेशन. नाउ इन दिस करंट इक्वेशन वी विल पुट आवर कंडीशन. we have put the second condition in current now. Current is this. In this, let us put the second condition. That means this. Put I 0. So 0 substituted, and T also 0. So put T also 0. So A omega sine 0 minus B omega cos 0 equal to 0. Okay. Now sine 0 is 0. So this is completely 0. Here cos 0 is 1. So only B omega left. Now 0 minus B omega is minus B omega, and we wanted B. So B is equal to what? 0 upon omega. Minus sign is also there. So finally B is coming 0 only. So that means here 0 upon something is 0. B0 came. So answers of A also obtained and answer of B also obtained. So once here this side of the board we have solved A and B answers. Let us substitute it where we wanted it. We wanted in the Q equation. So Q equation is this. In this we'll substitute A and B values. A is obtained Q0. Put Q0 here. So Q0 cos omega t, and B is obtained 0. So this part will go. Okay. So what is the final answer of the charge? Final answer of the charge is obtained what? Q equal to Q0 cos omega t. And what we wanted to prove? We wanted to prove this only, that charge is oscillating charge. So this is a oscillating charge equation only. Whether the final answer comes in sine term or it comes in cos term, it proves that it is oscillating equation. Okay. So this is the equation obtained. Now lastly, the graph of Q also I am drawing here only. If suppose the graph of charge is asked with respect to time, since it is a cos graph, so it should start with the maximum. So this type of, and where should it start from? Q0. Okay, Q0 is the maximum value. So this type of graph you have to draw if the graph of oscillating charge is asked. So this way we have proved in this question that charge is oscillating. Let us just repeat in brief. Minus L di by dt, the voltage of this, and Q by C is the voltage of this. Both we have to add and put equal to 0. Then replace I by minus dq by dt. Make the equation in only Q. Make this term alone. So L should be shifted here. Compare it with the standard equation d2y by dx2 plus k square x equal to 0. Take its direct solution. So Q equal to A cos omega t plus B sin omega t. Now solving A and B will need the initial conditions. Learn these conditions. Directly you can learn and put it in these equations. So Q equation is already obtained. Apply Q condition in this, get A. Then second condition is about I. That's why solve from this Q the current value. So this is the solution of current by just differentiating. And again put the second condition, get B value. Apply here and get the charge answer.